Ah, small and light. Flash. I was doing flash tones. I was trying to find the right colour then. I was just staring at my palette of my sea of colours and like, no idea what I'm painting anymore. Oh. Yeah, but I bet they're the sections that were staying in. Because that's how it works. We're going to add... I'm not doing anything. I'm innocent. What? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about now. I'm confused. I'm very confused. I am really confused. What? I don't know about any other conversation. I am unaware of any other conversations going on. Oh, I see. You're actually just telling your voices to be quiet. I'm really confused as to where this conversation's gone now. You guys have confused me. Congratulations. Not that it's particularly difficult to confuse me, but... There you go. He looks quite grubby. I like that. He's looking pretty swish. Let's bring back some of that red on that hand. So we've mixed a little bit of pure red in there as well. I'm going to go in with a bit of pure red. Just along a couple of these sections. Like that. There we go. I was just thinking something, I can't remember what it was now. Oh, metallic. That's what I was thinking. We are going to go with some chainmail. To dry brush onto the gun and onto the goggles. If I can get the lid off, that'd really help. Okay, let's get out a little dry brush. Ah, coat d'arms. Indeed. Chainmail is probably one of my favourite silvery metallics from coat d'arms. It's a really nice metallic. Yes, mail those chains. I'm not posting chains anywhere. Touch around the edge of there. I like that one better. Chain those mails. But there we go, that's brought that gun out really well. So I think we might dry brush this bit as well. Probably want a smaller brush for that. Let me grab that chainmail again. We'll use this one, I think, because it's a little bit smaller. We'll do that. To pick out that belt buckle. Nice and quick. There we go. We are going to highlight up that hand small. There we go. Do I have anything around? Could try, we'll try that. Just gonna add a bit of white over the sort of glass area. The goggles. Like that. We can go in with a very thin touch of pure blue. So we'll put out a very small amount. Add some water plus. Then we can just touch that on there as well. Right, so I need to do a little bit of dry brushing on the leathers. We'll do that with I think we might do that with some tan. Got a nice little brush. Just lightly go over these. Like that. And then just around the edge of the lining of the coat, we're going to go with a little bit of dead flesh. And we'll see if there's any out. Yes, there is a little bit out. Is it workable? No, none of it's workable. That's okay. We can add a little out, little more out. We're just going to go along the lapels. and the collar, like so. Give it a more weathered and worn look. Like that. We'll do another coat on the base. In fact, I'm going to take some of that. We're going to go with a bit more of the dead flesh. I'm going to do that on the back of the coat as well, give it a more weathered look there. So we'll go with 1 drop of dead flesh, 1 drop of Matte Plus to make it a little bit thicker. And then, there it is. Oh, try not to drop things. The base is flagstones. But we're giving the miniature a more weathered look. Like this. Around on that shoulder as well. Missing the traffic cone so you couldn't tell. Hang on, I'll fix it for you. If I can find it. There you go. I'll just leave a traffic cone stuck to my putty forever now. For reference. Fixed it. Got a traffic cone now. Is that better? Right. So I've got a bit of white out. What I'm going to add. Couple of little streaks to the goggles for the light hitting them. I think we may also add a little bit of, actually we'll grab a bit of that. Yeah, that's a better one. Standard reference cone, yes. The SRC. Right, okay. Just having a little look, see what else there is to do. I think we can add a little bit of white into the hair for the highlight. A little bit of highlight here. A little on this side. Right, I'm going to see if I can sink a little more shadow into the eyes because they are too small to paint. So we're going to do that instead. Go like that. There we go. I'm pretty pleased with how he's come out. Grab a little dark brown. I'm going to sink that into there. Just get a little bit there as well. Increase some of the contrast. That's a little better. Giving that bag a little more definition. Right, what do we think? Oh. Yeah, that could work. We can get some of that out and do that. Give it a good mix. This one. The Cabernet Red. Oh, God. Yeah. Apparently it decided to splooge. So I've got a lot. That's not helpful. So just dry brush that over there. A bang flag for his gun. There we go. Well, that's surprisingly effective. I've actually been able to reclaim most of the splooge. Just pop that bubble by doing largely that. Yay! Not wasting so much paint. Always nice. Right. We can add a little more dry brush to that hand as well. There we go. Yes. Yes, 1 point to drop of bottles, definitely. Right. Let me just move that out of the way. How are we looking? It's definitely got a more metallic tone to that hand now. It looks a little more cyberpunky. Got a nice weathered dustiness to that coat. As well as it being, you know, kind of grimy looking. It looks very weathered and worn. And then we've got the mismatched pinstripes. Bottles that you drop. Right, well, so other than maybe doing a bit more work on his base, there's actually not much else to do to this chap. What we'll do is we will make that into a wash. Traffic cone should be fine. We'll just pop that over there. Ah, coloured streak in his hair to follow through with the pinstripe. That's not a bad idea. I think what we're going to do, we'll grab some pure red. can do that. So he's even got a bit of red on his mutton chops now. A little pure purple in the back. You can have one of pure blue here as well. So that ties his hair into everything. Just go over that a touch more. Sinking some extra in. That's pretty much all we're doing. There we go. I love the pinstripes. I think they've come out really good. I love that little bit of red. The red metallic was a good idea for the hand. And that looks really good. But yeah, I think we're actually about done with this chap. He was a lot quicker to paint than the last one. So this guy took quite a bit more to paint. For reasons. There's all the lightning down the back. But yeah. We have her as well. She was one of our Suzerain paints. The Hunter of the Dead. Raina. We also have the Lava Beetle still. That guy's still around. Them horns though, look at those horns. But yeah, I think we're actually done with this chap. So, thank you very much for coming in, guys. We'll go and see if there is... No, there's no... I don't think there's much point in us kind of raiding someone. So, I think we'll just call it there. Yes, absolutely. Pon Rulmans. It's Pon Rulman. But yes, we will call it there for the night, guys. Thank you very much for coming in. Hope you enjoyed this. Yeah, maybe. Oh, hey, Nixel. I was just about to log off, actually. I am about done with this chap. By about done, I am a secret agent. I'm going to secretly go and disappear. But yeah, I've done with this guy. Yep. He took me 2 hours to paint. I can show you the progress I've made. No, all acrylics. I gave it some good washes, some dry brushing. I don't actually own any oils. Think what I could do if I had oils. Ooh. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think that. I think I did her in 2 hours as well. Maybe 2.5 for this one. Ah, okay. I think I did her in 2.5 maybe. All acrylics. I think this guy took me just over 3 hours. And that was after having turbo dorked the shell. Because the spines took quite a while. Thank you. This chap took quite a bit longer. I think he was more like 5 hours. Because I did a lightning effect all across his arms and shoulders. Yeah, I did. I've totally pulled a his one I made earlier. But yeah, he took about 5 hours. All that lightning was the blue lines are supposed to be lightning. I don't think they look very good, but you know, I can work on that another time. I have done some OSL. Hang on, I will see if I have some. This is my most on-hand example of OSL. I do have a couple of others. But I added some to his cape. To the skulls. There's actually a bit on his axe, but with it being a gold tip, you can't really tell because it's orange fire. Thank you. What else have I done with OSL? Oh, hang on, let me see if I can get out the right mini. This guy. He was my first try of OSL. I did that with the airbrush. So the fire was all done with the airbrush, but that didn't come out pretty good. That was my first attempt at painting fire as well. But the OSL came out pretty good on him. And I have one other, which is her. The fire came out better on her as well. So I've done a bit of OSL. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's the only 3 I've ever done with OSL. And I haven't done much NMM either. So There was this one. I've done a little bit on one of the guys, the Malifaux guys. I didn't do any on him. I was lazy and... Well, it is nearly 10:30 at night here, so... I could continue to work on my... So this is what I've been painting up for my... as a Gen Con entry. So I need to get him finished this weekend. So I've been working on him some more today. Yes, Gen Con is supposed to be this weekend, apparently. So yeah, I photographed this chap to do my entry. Oh. But yeah, I've almost done with him. Actually, I just need to do the base, I think. We've got a bit of gold NMM, some soft metal, and then I went for some very bright chromey kind of metal on his wrist and shoulder. Yeah, I haven't gone and checked it out, so I don't know what's been going on with it. Oh, good. I'm glad you like them. Paint some tears and holes in his pants. He actually has a couple of tears on the front. There's a couple of minor holes. But I kept them fairly tidy. I quite wanted them tidy. I'm going to have to add some matte over it because they're too shiny. So I'm going to put some matte over that. And the same with his jacket. The rest of it can... on the wraps, they want to be a bit matter. But the rest of it can stay slightly... Yeah, I don't know why. It's something about the reds that I have. They seem to go super shiny. They look like a gloss, but they're not actually gloss. They're not that gloss, weirdly. It's just when you glaze with them. Or wet blend. Ugh. It's bizarre. But yeah, I added a bit of reflection here. So there's a little bit of pink from his coat on the shoulder pad. And you can see a little bit of blue on the wrist. Just watch Mike and other streamers, yeah. But yeah, I mostly just need to do the base. I think that's a wash. I keep forgetting what my paints are on my palette. It's going well. Right, so I'm going to lay down some concrete grey on the base. I'm going to paint over all this. This is going to be difficult to paint over. Give him hair from the base match you have. I like the grass tufts. I haven't got any really bright, cool ones though. I need to get some fantasy tufts in like neon pink and stuff like that before I do the mohawks. That's the plan. And then I'm going to start giving them fantasy grass tough mohawks. There are a lot of bald miniatures in my future. Oh yeah, I'll probably order some at some point, but... I'll get some of the glow-in-the-dark ones. For extra comedy. I think there's like... I think there's one that's like candy floss coloured. You know, for all those times that you play in the dark, right? It's amazing. Although we do have one glow-in-the-dark miniature around the house that my children play with. And occasionally they leave it in bizarre places. Ah, yes. But yeah, they leave it in really odd places. And it does really glow. So whenever I've gone to the bathroom in the middle of the night, it's like, oh my god, what on earth is that? Oh, it's just Azathoth. It's fine. Yes! That stuff's pretty cool. You still have enough brightness to read your character sheet if it doesn't upset your eyes. And you get things that glow. All of the fluorescent. Alright. She's got some little UV torches. You can buy a little UV torch with them for £1 when you add the glow-in-the-dark tufts. It's just like a little tiny UV LED torch. So that way you can charge them up. Or you can just leave it in the sun. But, you know, if you're gaming in an evening, you can charge them up with the little torch. Yes. I mean, her stuff is dirt cheap anyway. I've made a pun now because I have some fine husk peat, so I've got some dirt, so it's dirt cheap. But yeah, this is I think this was like £3. Crazy cheap. And yeah, I could spend so much money there. She's just done, she's released a bunch more base toppers. I quite want to get a selection of those. Give them a try with some other themes. I've got to find minis to put them on. To put on them, even. Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe. Wog, how are you doing? Thank you for the raid. Yes. Yeah, but, you know, I mean, she does great stuff. She does really good stuff. I mean, her stuff pretty much sells itself because it is really good. I do want to get more of the base toppers and use more of those on my stream. Because I think they're a really good option, particularly for new mini painters. That, I mean, basing's a whole different skill set, and if you're learning to paint minis, you don't necessarily want to learn how to base as well. Yeah, well, you know, I'm affiliated now as well, so I've got it up pretty much every stream. Well, I say pretty much every stream. Wog should buy some of Rival Craft stuff. How you doing, Wog? How was your stream? Were you painting more pink? Hey, Tomek. My bases are class. Some of my bases are not that classy. Right. Wait, what? Don't starve? I really do. So I have made some bases myself. So like the ones on my Malifaux minis, I've made those. But these are the base toppers that I was talking about. They are so awesome and lazy. I put my fire gammon on these. They're brilliant. They look really good for so little effort. These are the laziest base toppers ever. They're just brilliant. But yeah, I just pinned through them. They were great. I need more tufts. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Do I still have... Oh, I do still have my sea green wash. Yeah. I'll go over that. Ah, painted some infinity models for a change. Right, that's pretty good. We'll dry brush over that again when it's dry. And I think we'll try and sink... Oh, actually that might sink into the round, like this area pretty well. Just trying to get some of it to sink in. Some of these recesses are a little difficult to get in at. Oh, don't compare me to Wapple. I do not deserve that. Wapple is just, whew, yeah, mind-blowingly good. He makes mini painting look easy. It's distressing. How can you make it look that easy? Take away some of this wash because there's too much and it's bubbled. I feel like I need a hairdryer out. Oh, he makes it look so easy. The speed that he can work at is insane. But he's got a real feel for how certain things... what's the word? Yes. Yeah, I don't own any sponges. But then again, he paints a lot bigger minis than I do a lot of the time. I mean, he probably wouldn't use a sponge on something this small. You know, this guy's too little really for much sponging. I mean, you could get the little makeup sponges, I guess, around the trousers and stuff, but he's just so small. And it also depends on the pose. So this one's really accessible. His partner is not. So this is the complementary mini. These two come as a pair. This guy is not as accessible. So trying to sponge on this guy would be virtually impossible. Because his pose is not favourable to it. Whereas this guy, you could maybe get away with it because he's a bit more open. But yeah, Wapple is so good. That's me knocking my camera, trying to dry brush this as it magnetizes to the thing. I'll just dry brush over this again. So we've added a bit of green to give it some more depth, is the word I'm looking for. Might go with a little more depth as well, I think. So I'm going to go for an odd one. I'm going to dry brush a little bit of carnation pink onto some of these stones. It's a fairly light pink. What did I learn today? That apparently my basing's good. My basing's not that good. It's not Wapple good. Whew. The Wapple base. Alright. So I'll add a little bit of carnation pink. Just really lightly over some of these. You can barely tell it's pink. But it's not like watching Wapple work. I am nothing like Wapple. I'm not that good. I don't deserve that level of praise. Randomly. I just have a little think about what might look nice. There's not very much rhyme or reason to my choice of colours often. I occasionally look at a colour wheel, but mostly I just kind of have a feel for my colours. So you see, it's really highlighted those rocks. You can't even tell that it's pink. But it does look really good. It's added a lot of texture. We might go a little bit further as well. And we'll go with some beach sand. I think, yeah, we can use that one. Maybe. Yeah. Like I say, I don't really look at colour wheels that much. But yeah, it really brightens it up when you use things like that. That's why I went with red, because red contrasts nicely with green. The blue contrasts nicely with the red as well. That stands out quite well. Oh, red is so shiny. It's driving me up the wall. But yeah, I added a bit of blue in there. So I like to try and create as much diversity as possible without adding too many colours. So because I added in the beach sand, it's also changed how the pink looks on the rocks. Because the beach sand is kind of yellowy. So I'll touch more around there. So we've got a bit more variation to it now. I'm debating whether or not to do blue and add some water in here. I don't know. It makes me think he got the trousers as expensive silks. Which were sort of a faction. Oh yeah, maybe. We've got some of them, haven't we? I think we've got some of those guys upstairs. What's the... is it serps? Is that the term? Serfs? I don't know. Is it an F or a P? I can't remember. I used purple to shadow the red because it was warmer than blue. The blue in it helps with the shading. So if I tilt it more, and I added a warm pink for the highest highlight. That's all purple under there. And I went with a very warm pink for the so the only pink that there is on here is down this leg here, down the front, and a little bit along here and across that knee. That's it on those trousers. The rest of that is purple and red. And that's one shade of red and one shade of purple. With some wet blending and glazing, that's all you need. So this is actually all, this is the red, but this is a thinner layer of purple to the underside, so it doesn't look as dark. So it still reads as red to your eyes. The skin's pretty much all greens. I tend to use a little bit of yellow for highlighting greens. So I've got, so this is the beach sand that I mentioned, and it's kind of like it's an off-white, but it's yellowy. So it works really well for highlighting flesh, pretty much almost anything. Bizarrely, yeah, an off-white that's yellowy works really well for highlighting almost everything. This is all blues, so I used a very dark blue and a very light blue. The brown had some beach sand dry brushed onto it. I think I need to soften those. That's bugging me. That's a bit better. But yeah, I think I might add some blue in here and add a little bit of water. So I'm going to go with some pure blue. I'll layer that in there. Oh, thank you for the follow, Nixel. So I can get in between those rocks as well. I'm gonna lay it on quite heavy. Like that. I do that. And I noticed, so apparently yesterday, somebody who has been lurking in my stream for ages followed me yesterday. They've been lurking in my stream for weeks. I think they must have followed me before and maybe Twitch unfollowed them, but it seemed really bizarre. It's like, you've been hanging out in my stream for weeks now and you've only just followed me. Which is always fun when that happens. So I'm just going to dab in a little blue just along some of these. There we go. Okay, I'm just waiting for that blue to dry. It won't take long because it's a very fast drying paint. And then I'm going to stipple on some white for some foam. I'm being really lazy with my white. Yes, I'm going to Mod Podge the water. Which means I should probably varnish him before I Mod Podge. Okay. Let's see if I can get some of this to work nicely. So that has pretty much dried. It's okay that it's not fully dry, weirdly, because it's water. So I'm going to add in, so we want to stipple in around here. So this is foam from the water. Damn you. Like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to then get some more blue. Just very... because it's a translucent paint, I can do that with it. Can bring that in a little bit more just there. You know, add a little more depth on this end. Okay. It's a nice translucent paint. I'm going to get a smaller brush for dry brushing. Just going to add that in there. Water does not have to be complicated. use this one because this one's got more of a point on it. So I can get in more there. And getting a little bit more along that edge as well. So we've got some gentle waves rippling in. That's pretty good. Quite pleased with that. I am going to put a layer of Mod Podge on now on stream. Not that you'll be able to see any of it because it takes quite a while to dry. But you'll be able to see how the Mod Podge works to a certain extent. So it dries clear and very shiny. It acts kind of like a resin, but it holds its shape better. Its water tension is greater. So this stuff is really good for doing very shallow areas of water where you might want resin, but you don't need it that deep. So you'd have to mix up a lot for a tiny amount. You can use this instead. Important thing with this, don't shake it. Otherwise you are going to end up with lots of bubbles and it doesn't work as well. So we can see bubbles. Just do that. So I'm just going to drop some of that on. We'll pop that bubble in a moment. There we go. Let me just grab a pin. But this stuff is pretty cool. That one will do. Ah, it's already gone. Cool. Just going to move that around there a little bit more. Bring some of it around there. Right, so because it dries clear, we'll be able to see all the the watercolours underneath. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to try and sink a little bit of extra colour in between some of these rocks. So we're going to go with some blue. Just in there, for example. Can add a bit in this area here. Yeah, it's not... I can't tilt it to show you, but it's actually quite high. But it is holding its shape. But it's not like PVA thick. Oops. Sorry about that. I keep knocking the camera trying to get in. Yes, it will absolutely look really wet. And it'll also add more depth to the water. It's great for making puddles. Okay, so I've added a bit more blue in. I'm not going to add any... Yes, I'm about to add some more. I was just adding a bit of blue in. I'm going to add a bit in there. Go a little bit there. Some of that blue hadn't fully dried. But that's okay. It'll just add a bit of extra colour to the water. Oh. Thank you. But yeah, it does have quite a bit of depth to it. So this is the Mod Podge that's dried clear on these tentacles. So you can see here, I used it for making slime. It's a little bit there. So it is also really shiny. But yeah, I added slime to this guy with Mod Podge. It worked pretty good. Oh yeah, and I did OSL on this guy. So I've done 4 minis with OSL. I totally forgot I'd done that. But this is my roper. That was my roper noise. Right. Let me grab a cocktail stick so I can move around some of my Mod Podge before it dries too much. It is sculpted. It is a Reaper miniature called Stone Lurker. But it is a Reaper miniature. Right, so I'm going to just move some of this around. Once you've managed to get a little bit in place, it kind of flows around quite well. So a cocktail stick is pretty good for moving it around. So we are covering some of these rocks as well. Give it a little more depth. Oh, thank you. So we can add a bit in there. Might have to add more on that bit. Oh, okay. Sounds interesting. Added ropers and a pit of face huggers. A pit of face huggers, I approve. Should change the name of Fireball to It's the Only Way to Be Sure. That's the incantation to cast Fireball. It's the only way to be sure. Just add a bit around the back there. Is this for Dungeons and Dragons then? Bit of D&D. Hmm. Hairs. I quite want to make a buff fighter type that can cast fireball. Yep. Squishy sorcerers. Right, we've pretty much just got to wait for the Mod Podge to dry now. Oh, that's quite good. I quite like that. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, actually, there's a lot of spells that you could change ever so slightly to fulfill different needs in D&D. Yeah, I like the dancing shield. I also like the legs. I like the idea that it's got arms and legs and a top hat. It just keeps getting in the way, and that's how it gives you a bonus to AC. Nice. And dancing sword should be just a really clumsy dancer that happens to have a very sharp head. Keeps falling over and hitting people. And going, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh. Yeah. Nice. It extends rage by 1 turn, but the barbarian's not enraged anymore. Just the axe. Just dragging the barbarian around, attacking things. The enemy becomes dumbfounded at the barbarian's ability with ventriloquism, and he goes, I'm not using ventriloquism, it's just the axe screaming. Yes, that's a good one. I like that I zombie you. Nice. I mean, blood swords. Ouch. Yeah. Apparently the rogue's got a very sharp weapon. I'm not that good as a DM. I mean, I do run. I haven't run for quite a while. Unfortunately, I can't seem to come up with these ideas when I'm actually playing. And well, yes, my players are definitely a problem. Yeah. It does sound like quite good. I've got a Google Keep, so I have keep notes on my phone. Mostly it's character names, most of which are terrible. I mean terrible as in... Let's see if I can find it. I've got quite a few. Oh, I've got pub names on here as well. But yes, we have quite a few. Including Sticky Beard if I decide to play a pirate. Sticky Beard. Right. You see, Nixel, with iZombie playing, we can't afford to have cats because otherwise the first question that comes out of his mouth is there a wood chipper? Yes. Improv for gamers was probably better for GMs in some ways. Wait, is this Frozen? Is that not how Frozen goes? I haven't seen it, so I don't know, but... But yes, I'm yet to run a homebrew. I am intending to start my first ever homebrew on Monday. Dun dun dun. But it's not D&D. I'm going to do a different system. Right. There is a slight example of the Mod Podge in action, dry, around this side. You can see that it's... Obviously it's not dried where I've got any blue. But you can see it starting to dry along the very edge. Yes. Yeah. I've kind of got some ideas. I like... So I've seen quite a few, and I like the idea of having just sort of events to drop into place. That's about it. Cypher. Oh, if you like cyberpunk, have you seen the Fragging Unicorns minis? There's a Kickstarter going for some of their not Shadowrun minis. They're doing a miniatures war game called Gangs of the Undercity, and they're all cyberpunk minis. I painted a couple myself. They are really nice minis, but they look fantastic. Cypher System is what I'll be running on Monday. But yeah, Gangs of the Undercity. There we go. I think actually... I might have turned it off. Did I turn it off? I think I turned all the Fragging Unicorn stuff off. But yeah, that's... I painted up a couple of their minis. Can I find them on my Instagram? Yes. I'll go back. It's this one. There we go. So I painted up this guy. I'll make it a bit bigger. So he's one that I painted up. So he's the Lawjack, which I believe is basically like a robotic cop. This is more Muggle. That is not the best picture. Where's the other one? Ah, there we go. There's a picture. It's a bit brighter. That was more Muggle. With his cybernetic arms and his katana. But yeah, they came out pretty good. They're really nice minis. Yes, that's true. Numenera All the Strange are Cypher System. That's where Cypher System came from. Oh, thank you. But yeah, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, the minis look great. They look absolutely gorgeous. They were really nice to paint up as well. So if you like your cyberpunk, there's some cyberpunk minis. Not even a bad price. They are based in America, so I think they'll be shipped from America. So because I believe that's also where their caster is. So I don't know if you're in America or wherever else you might be. But they do have EU-friendly shipping. Tell me about it. I keep trying. Fair enough. But yeah, they should ship out to Canada easily enough then. I've backed it. I want some more of those. I want a resin 3D printer as well. It's drying. It's getting there. You can see it drying. This is the Watch Mod Pod dry stream. Should rename it. Watch Mod Pod dry. It's a bit of a mouthful. I was a bit sad to send the minis back. I kind of wanted to keep them and work on them more. Oh, gosh. What helmet? Yeah, they were. They were a commission. So I put all that money back in the Kickstarter. It is getting there, yeah. It is starting to get there. Ah. hand spider. Black Panther mask. Fair enough. Ah, yes. So we are getting there. Oh, look at that. It looks quite good. Quite pleased with that. Right, this is going to take absolutely ages to dry. So I think we are going to call it there for the night, because it is 11:15 now. And I think I'm done with him. Oh, there's a bit of touch up on the back of his head I need to do. I'll do that tomorrow before I post pictures. We'll try and angle the photos so they don't show it. But yes. But yeah, I think that's come out pretty good. I'm actually really pleased with him. Let's see who's on. Oh, let's go raid Raina. Because I'm pretty sure... that Raina is trying to get partner. So we'll go through a couple of extras. Raina. Right. Yeah, this is going to take it forever to dry, so we'll go and say hi to Raina. Briefly. And I will catch you guys later. I will be back again on Monday. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you get time and want to check out something new, go check out some Savage Worlds and some Suzerain from Savage Mojo. They are pretty groovy. Pretty groovy, guys. It's a very diverse system. You could do cyberpunk in it. Setting, even, not system. Blow on it. I have been blowing on it. It's not helping. Raina is weird. I don't know. I've never been in his stream. So. But we'll go say hi, and then I'm going to go to bed. So I will catch you guys later. Maybe Monday. Bye, guys. Wapple streaming. Well, we'll help Raina first. I think helping Raina's fine. You can always jump over to Wapple. See you later, guys.